Explain here that the energy can be sometime good, sometime not so good, sometime very neutral. Particularly in some places, like why this particular topic started, because Manjula said that she was in New Plymouth, and in New Plymouth she found the energy around that mountain was really nice, and she was feeling very nice there. And she often felt nicer when she is close to beach or close to forest. And she also indicated that all those energies slightly different from each other. So on that context, I said that if you are sensitive, you will be able to understand where the energy is good and where the energy is not very good. But suppose you are not very sensitive, then you will not even realize or not even bother. She also said that when we go to Queen Street, I feel when I can really go out of this place, because I am not very comfortable, but I have to go there, what to do. Correct? So what my point is that in this kind of situation, one situation is that when you do not even understand what is the energy and you just remain as it is. In some situation, when you really understand this is not a good place for me, and then you avoid that place. Correct? So there are two instances. But what I am saying is that what is the way when I can literally protect myself from those energy which is not suitable for me? That means we have to identify that first. And suppose I don't identify, does it mean I won't be able to protect myself? No, you can still protect yourself. Okay, so that is how you can use the meditation in your favor. When you meditate, what happens is that we are strengthening our energy field, which is auric field. We are strengthening it. And those who are not doing this, they are very weak. So they will sometime have problem when they attract negative emotions, negative vibes, and it is so uncontrollable that they won't be able to come out of that particular thing for a long time. If they see something wrong, it will be in their mind for a long time. Because today I noticed one girl came to our house for a very short time, and she recently started driving. So apparently when she was driving, somebody came in front of her and she was going straight, and this lady was supposed to either go to the left side or straight, she doesn't know. But because of her, there were big queue. So at the end, when it went 2-3 minutes, she just slowly beeped, and she became straight and she started following the road. But apparently she was not amused with that. She made some face, and this triggered her for some time. She explained it 2-3 times. We understood what the story was, but she repeated it because she was asking, did I do right thing to beep? And I told her that unnecessary beep is not a good thing. But I think this was a necessary beep, because if you beep unnecessarily, you can be fined here. Do you know that? Yeah, because you cannot just, even for fun, a lot of people, they see each other and they beep. It's not a good thing to do that. So you cannot honk unnecessarily. I was trying to tell, this was a necessary honk, so don't worry. But then she was still thinking continuously, because this event happened in front of her. She was unable to go out of that cycle of thought. So most of the time what happens, we are caught up with some particular thing that has triggered our mind to think something again and again and again. So we are like in the loop. That's the right word. We are going in the loop. And why that happens? Because our aura or our auric level of consciousness is so low that we pick up those not so good vibes from our surrounding, and that keeps us bothering in our mind. Did I do right? Did I not? What if? All those things will keep on bothering us. How are you, Anugraha? Thank you very much for coming. Tonight is good day. We are just talking about how do we increase our auric strength as well as protect ourselves from not so good energy. And one of the reasons why we should be careful about this full moon, because this full moon is particularly about the protection. Okay, we talk about the protection. We, if you do not protect ourselves, no matter how many times you do meditation, it will be of no use. Okay, so it's very important to first think about gathering energy, and second, we need to think about how do I restore it and how do I keep it with me for longer time. Because even if you put water in your cup, if you leave it just like that, you will find the level has dropped, because evaporation is still going on. You cannot stop it. So what people do, they will cover it with a lid so that it does not. Why we have lid on the top of any water bottle? Because it should not evaporate or it should not spill. Either way, we are depleting that particular thing. So same thing happens with us also. I'm just giving an analogy, because when we have gathered energy during our meditation, you will feel very nice. But if you are in the wrong place or the wrong company or wrong areas, it will get depleted very soon. And you will say, oh, I did my meditation, I did everything. What has happened? Why I am back to square one? Has it happened to you anytime? Any of you? Right? You say, I have done my meditation, everything I did, what's so wrong? Because the wrong thing that has not been taught by people most of the time, that we do not know how to hold it. Our holding capacity is very minimal. So how do I build our holding capacity? What are the methods? So I am going to touch, I cannot teach everything here because time is limited and it's not a workshop, but there is an information opportunity. So I need to, and this particular, there are quite a few full moon in a year, more than 13 full moon, but this particular full moon is very, very famous, very important for our protection. So we try to use it for the favor, for our favor, particularly in this scenario where the COVID pandemic and other things are going on. We need to be careful about our own protection. If you are protected, then you are the most right person to help others. If you are not protected, then even if you have interest in helping, will you be happily helping anyone? You will always think, oh no, I should not go. So it is like a nurse or a doctor having all those, napkin, what they call it? Gloves and all these things on them, so that they can get minimum contamination. So here, when we do this meditation, before and after the meditation, it's a good idea to do invocation. Okay, when you do invocation, okay, what is invocation? I'll tell you. Basically, what you are doing is you are trying to ask your higher self to take charge of you so that you do not lose your or deplete your energy. That is one of the things that you can do. It is easy, you can do it. Second thing is that we need to be watchful about our emotions. If we are getting angry, sad, jealous, or for some reason getting irritated, those are the point where the chances are there they will deplete very soon. So you have to stop it immediately. And how I can stop that? Suppose I get, for some reason, get irritated. You have to just be calm and be carefully watching your breathing pattern immediately. Take a deep breath and watch how you are breathing. If your breathing is not perfect, that means you are continuously losing your energy, which is so valuable, and you have spent time to collect it. Right? Can you watch how you are breathing right now? Okay, I will tell you one very easy way to watch. Okay? When you are breathing, okay, your nose gets vibration and sensation. Just think about your nose. Forget about everything. Just think about your nose. Just nostrils, left and right nostril. Just see which nostril is inhaling more and which is inhaling less. So you can compare them. Just be mindful about that. So if you see there is a lot of difference, the left is too strong and right is, that basically means that you are not fully balanced. So you need to do certain exercise to balance yourself. So this is one of the very important thing when you can immediately understand or reflect that you are right or you are not so right. So how can you improve? Another thing is that I'll give you this particular today a technique where you can when you are in a surrounding where the energy you can feel that's not very conducive, not very good, you realize it, but you cannot go out of that. Maybe you are invited in a party and it will be very socially not so correct to leave the party just like that, and you know that you are not really enjoying, you have to protect yourself. So you can do something. Do you want to know that, what you can do?
Yes.
Creates some energy.
Yeah, what you can do is when you see, you realize that this place is not good. The best thing will be to somehow excuse yourself and go. But sometimes it is not possible to do that. Okay. Two things you can do. One is that if you have a pocket in your, so you can keep your hand in the pocket, because most of the energy gets it flows through your hand. So you can do like this and keep your hand in the pocket. As long as you don't use your hand for handshaking or anything like that. Another thing you can do is you can do like this. Okay? Like this. You can keep your hand like that. Nobody should see. You can just do like this. Okay? So you will have minimum what I call disturbance, energy disturbance, if you can do that. Okay? You can do it easily, or you can do like this. But if you do not have pocket, then it's a problem. Okay, these two things you can do as a safety. Third thing you can do is great invocation. Do you know what is great invocation? Today we will do great invocation before the meditation. It's very simple, and actually you should memorize it, because everywhere you go you will get some awkward situation where your energy is likely to get affected. Immediately you can say this invocation, right? And another important thing is that when you come back to home, when energy is more or less balanced, you must go to your toilet, wash your hand and mouth, don't forget feet. This needs to be washed away. Many people do not do it. Or at least you take your socks off. How many days you wear the same socks? One day.
3 days.
3 days.
Sometime.
What about you?
Usually one day.
Usually one day. How many people one day? One day. What about you?
2 days.
2 days.
Because I wear like different socks for different times. my work socks is different. Like I wear it over the leggings and there's like two layers now.
Yeah, the particular, I am only talking about the one which is touching your soul. I am not here to, pull your leg. I am saying that what you need to do is whatever is touching your soul, that's the portion which you need to clean up more regularly. So one sock a day is good. You should get rid of. Or if you cannot do, at least you should clean your feet, and if possible, put some kind of oil or some lotion or some aloe vera or something like that. Just massage it a bit. This is the area where you get maximum depletion. This and this. Okay, so these two places need to be cleaned very clearly. Apart from that, another place which also depletes us is mouth. We are talking something unnecessarily. Okay. Do you know when we think, there is a small thing inside our throat? Huh? Epiglottis, that also vibrates. Even if you are thinking, you are not talking, it vibrates. So more it vibrates, more energy we lose. That's why we try to stop that by touching the tongue to the upper palate to stop that from vibrating, and also circulation of energy. So I think these are these few things I thought I would share today with you, and that is coming in my mind at the moment. There are many more methods, but that will be too lengthy, and this is not the course for that. But these are the things you can quickly do, and modifying that will help quite a bit.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
How does this help? Like crossing over the fingers?
That I can only say or tell you when you do psychic self-defense course.
Because I learned like when we close like this, we are objecting.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that kind of thing. So what I am telling you, this is very safe. So you can do that without creating much problem. But not now, otherwise you will not even get any energy from this. The idea is when you open up like this, so you are accepting a good energy which is right now needed for our health. But after that we would like to keep that energy as long as possible, so that there is a minimum rate of depletion. Rate of change of depletion has to be minimized. If it is fast, then you step out, gone. What is the point of doing 45 minutes of meditation and depletion within 5 minutes? No point. So 45 minutes of meditation and 4.5 days you have retained it. That retention is what is required. Okay. And for that retention, you need to really have a good auric field. Some people can really intend that my energy should be with me. My field, energy field, not the energy. Energy needs to move, but energy field is required. I am talking about cup and the water. I am not worried about water. I am talking about the cup. Cup should not have holes. That's what I mean. Do you agree? Do you understand? I am not talking about the water. There are plenty of water available. But if my holding pot is, having hole, then it is going to leak out. I am talking only about how to stop the leakages. Okay, if you can have minimum leakages, I can tell you, you will have minimum problem of health, mental health, physical health and emotional health. So today we discuss how to minimize such leakage physically, mentally and emotionally. How do we strengthen our aura? Strengthening of the aura is one is our exercise, then identify through breathing whether it's rightly happening or not, and then the other thing that we do is invocation. So if we invoke it, it has actually taken a control, and this control is taken over by our higher self. So we are basically surrendering that probably I can't handle it, please handle that. So somebody is already handling that. So basically it's a what I call it the word is not coming. It's called unconditional surrender. So surrender yourself unconditionally to our higher self, to our soul. Let soul take care of it. So you need not worry about what is happening, how to say. Because ultimately, if you are too engrossed in that my energy will leak out, then that is also not good. You need not be too much bothered about holding that, because anything that you resist, it will persist. That is also not intention. Intention is that I must be aware where to go, what not to do. I don't have to really do it so minutely that I get disturbed with this smallest change in my life. That is also not intention. Some people do it too hard way. I'm saying is that we don't have to do hard way, but we must know and be aware of it. That's the intention. Okay, so what we will do is, we will start with the great invocation. Those of you who already know great invocation, you can repeat with me, and those who do not, probably I can later on send you the great invocation so that you all can regularly do it. Okay? Can anyone lead us? Can you lead? Let's keep our hand like this and then repeat mentally.
Invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of man, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. So be it, so be it, so be it.
This invocation you can do it 3 times, and this is a very powerful invocation. Whenever you feel that you are threatened or you are having some kind of compromise with the energy, you can mentally say this, and believe me, it does miracle, because this is a very programmed mantra, or you can call it invocation, which is ancient. It has got various different translation in different languages, but basically essence is the same, and it always works. Okay, so with this, what we will do is we'll start our exercise and also breathing exercise. Today I would like to do, instead of group meditation on clean heart, if you wish, you can do Lord's Prayer. Meditation on Lord's Prayer is also very powerful. Okay, so we can do that today, because many people think Lord's Prayer is, if they take literally, but it has got connection with our energy centers, which are also known as chakra. So my master explains this very nicely.